Hey guys, Dr. Peter Scordelis here, and today we're going to be talking about the anti-inflammatory diet. As those of you that have seen me or have heard me talk know that I am a big proponent of the anti-inflammatory diet, both as a way to reduce pain and also to keep a healthy lifestyle. So big question is, what is an anti-inflammatory diet? Well, in an anti-inflammatory diet, we're trying to eliminate the pro-inflammatory foods, and we're trying to eat an abundance of the anti-inflammatory foods. Again, I understand nobody's perfect and we all cheat. I have my own cheat days, but we're going to try to eat in a way that we're limiting the number of pro-inflammatory foods that we eat. So what are the pro-inflammatory foods? Well, pro-inflammatory foods are your grains and your beans. Again, certain beans, we'll talk about that in a second, but most grains are considered pro-inflammatory. Now again, don't get me wrong, I like my grains just as much as everybody else. We all like to eat bread, we all like to eat pasta, but we want to try to limit those grains as much as possible. If you're going to eat grains, I recommend a whole grain source, and things like quinoa tend to be a little bit better on the grain side. As far as your beans go, if you're going to eat beans, you need to cook them until they are fully cooked, until they split open. This usually involves pressure cooker or some other sort of cooking device. In those cases, we tend to be able to cook out the inflammatory aspects of those beans. So our inflammatory oils are our processed oils. That's your peanut oil, your safflower oil, your corn oil. We want to try to vegetable oil. We want to try to avoid these things. The main oil sources that we're going to be using in our anti-inflammatory diet style are going to be our olive oil or unprocessed, unfiltered coconut oil. Those are our best sources. Now, what can you eat on our anti-inflammatory diet? Well, we're going to want to eat as many green leafy vegetables as we possibly can. These are a great source of omega-3, alpha-linoleic acid, which is really good for deflaming and also for health in your body. Other than that, we're going to want to eat the rainbow of vegetables. So the more colors, the better. This is going to really help you get all those different phytonutrients that we get from those different colored vegetables. Fruit's kind of the same deal. I understand there are some of you out there that have some fructose sensitivities. In those cases, I do understand we want to eat the fruits with the lower sugar content and kind of space them out. But most of us can handle fruit to a pretty great degree, and we're going to want to eat as many different colors and types of fruit as we can during the day. Next is our protein sources. I personally love eating meat. I know a lot of you out there don't, but I'm going to recommend to you that eating meat is a good part of your diet. Just eat the correct ones. I personally love to eat grass-fed beef. I'm going to try to eat grass-fed chicken as much as possible. And then we have our wild game, lamb or deer, or different wild birds that a lot of people are okay eating. I personally like the flavor, a lot of people don't, but again, make these choices based on what you like to eat, but also what's going to be healthy for you. When we come to fish, we want to try to eat as much wild-caught fish as possible. The farm-raised fish is typically fed a diet of grain products, which changes their omega profile, making them higher in omega-6s and lower in their omega-3s, which are their anti-inflammatory fatty acids. Now, you're going to ask me, well, what can I eat that's fun on this diet? Well, nuts, perfectly fine. So nuts are a great source of deflaming. We love to use almonds, walnuts, pistachios, but really any nuts are perfectly fine. Letting you know that peanuts are not nuts, they're actually legumes, they're beans. So we're going to want to try to stay away from eating peanuts as the main staple nut in our diet. Seeds are also great. Chia seeds are a fantastic alternative to oatmeal. You can make a chia porridge. There are tons of great recipes out there on that. Dark chocolate. Now, I'm not telling you to eat a full bar of dark chocolate every day, but dark chocolate in your diet is actually anti-inflammatory. Highly recommended. Coffee. Coffee and tea, both great for an anti-inflammatory diet. It's what we put in our coffee and our tea that tends to make a problem. So I don't recommend you load it up with cream or sugar or anything else. Try to drink it black. A little bit of grass-fed cream or milk is perfectly fine, but we don't want to be mostly cream and not a lot of coffee. Also on this diet, it's acceptable to have some wine and some dark beers. Those are both anti-inflammatory. So great news for everybody out there that likes to drink. I'm not telling you to overindulge and drink too much, but a glass of red wine or a dark beer at dinner is perfectly fine and acceptable on an anti-inflammatory diet. Well, I hope this kind of helps you understand a little bit more of what an anti-inflammatory diet is and helps you on your path to health. With any questions, make sure you reach out to us. Thanks a lot and stay healthy.